What's up, guys? My name is Boy Shay. Welcome to my channel where I talk about what I want when I want, and today's video happens to be about astrology and the continuation of my astrological series of the sun in the houses. So this is for those who have their sun in the 8th house, okay? 8th house suns. Before we get started, feel free to check out the description box below for anyone who wants a birth chart reading with me, a tarot reading with me, or a numerology reading with me. The link is in the description box, okay? So, without further ado, let's get into the 8th house, okay? So, in astrology, there are 12 houses, and wherever your sun sign is placed, this is where you are the star of your show. You are the star of this house because each house deals with a specific area of life, okay? And whatever house your sun is in, this is where your ego plays out. This is where the majority of your life themes play out, okay? So, when you have your sun in the 8th house of transformation, death, rebirth, occult knowledge, everything that is hidden, okay, mediumship, realms of the unseen, other people's money, finance, loans, borrowing things from other people, taking things from other people, joint finances, merging with another, intimacy, sex, okay? You are dealing with all of these things, okay? Now, the 8th house has a bit of a reputation for being the house of darkness, mischief, underhanded things, scamming and sexual abuse and power struggles. And this is the house of Scorpio, okay? So if you have your sun in the 8th house, okay, you are most likely a very secretive individual, okay? A very private individual, a very observant, investigative, someone who really sees through people's masks and facades, okay? You have a gift for interpreting the unseen, okay? And you may be someone who is very psychic, or very intuitive at the very least. And your life themes are based around personal transformation, death, and rebirth, okay? Now, this house is ruled by Pluto, okay? And Pluto can give us lessons in one or two ways, okay? It can teach us through introspection, okay? Observation of the mind, our environment, the spaces that are around us, the people that are around us, and understanding what needs to change, what I need to let go of, what I need to surrender, and making the choice to surrender. Or Pluto can teach us by ripping away the things that we are holding on to so tightly for fear of abandonment or fear of lack or just fear, okay? Pluto will rip those things away from us and show us that we really don't have any control, okay? And that control is illusion. So if you have your sun in the 8th house, it will benefit you to learn that having control is an illusion, okay? And your power, your personal power comes from your ability to perceive and understand, okay? And understanding the art of surrendering and letting go of things, okay? When you have your sun in the 8th house, you've probably experienced themes of power struggles, okay? Either feeling powerless, okay? And then in adulthood or after feeling powerless, you vow, like, I never want to feel that again. So you turn into the person that imposes or enforces your power onto others. Also, when you have your sun in the 8th house, you may find that people just want to do things for you, or people just want to take care of you, or this is where you find sugar babies at, or people who just, for whatever reason, people just want to do things for you and take care of you. And a part of you may feel like you deserve it, or like, you should do these things for me, or even have those powers of manipulation, where you make people think they really want to do these things for you, okay? When you have your sun in the 8th house, you can have a tendency to have some manipulative characteristics, okay? And just know that you will reap what you sow. Okay, so if you use your powers for good, if you use your powers of perception to help others transform themselves, and your gifts of psychology, okay, you may be really interested in human psychology, the human condition, the human mind, okay, and it would benefit you to go in these areas where you can help people figure out the way that they think, okay, because you're so good at self-reflection and seeing yourself and understanding yourself, understanding things at their deepest level, okay, that you can give this gift to others and help others understand themselves. So you could be a psychologist, someone who reads charts or is interested in astrology, interprets the messages of spirit. When you have your sun in the 8th house, you are so familiar with the darkness, with the unseen, okay? You are a shadow worker, meaning you see people's shadow, you live in the shadow, okay? But with that, you can understand how to transmute the shadow, okay? And turn what was dark into light, okay? Because when you see it, it illuminates it. It brings it to the surface and allows it to be shifted. It allows the energy to be shifted, okay? So if you have your sun in the 8th house, you are an energy shifter. You may also have gifts with just research. Someone who's amazing at investigating, because when you find a topic that you're interested in, whether this be a person, a place, or a thing, it becomes obsessive, okay? The 8th house is very obsessive energy, but it's like quiet obsessive. It's very calculated, okay? You may be a very calculated individual. You may also deal with themes of debt, or being in debt to others, or owing people money, or people owing you money, taxes, student loans, mortgages. This is also the house of inheritance. So you may inherit blessings from people, or you may inherit the opposite of blessings, hardship, struggles, other people's debt. Yeah. Oh, this is also the house of mediumship and the house of the unseen. So you may be someone who has experienced a lot of paranormal activity, or seen some paranormal things, or can feel and sense spirit around you, or even see spirit, okay? Yeah, this is the house of darkness. But that's not necessarily negative. It all depends on how you perceive it. And what's done in the dark always comes to light. And when it does come to light, it's transformed. Okay, so you are a phoenix if you have your sun in the 8th house. And you are constantly transforming. With that, you may experience death. Okay, you are learning the truth behind death. Okay, this is figuratively and literal death, okay? Because even death is only transformation and transition. Energy is not created or destroyed. It just changes form, okay? So whenever you are transformed through your knowledge, through your understanding of something, your form changes, okay? Whenever you die, you shed this physical form and become spirit. You become something else. So you are learning the art of becoming, the art of transformation, and the art of surrendering, learning when to let things go that do not serve you, okay? And the quicker you learn to surrender, the easier your life will be, okay? But when you have your sun in the 8th house, you may have fears of abandonment, or people leaving you, people, not understanding you. So it's like you keep the best parts of yourself hidden, or don't ever really show people your true self. You show people a mask, okay? And although you're able to see through others, you may feel very uncomfortable when people can see through you. And so you do your best to maybe hide behind your ability to perceive them, okay? And putting the attention on them. Yeah, so these are gifts in psychology, gifts in divination, interpreting the messages of spirit, tarot, This is the house of unseen and occult knowledge, and bringing to the surface things that have been hidden, and transforming old paradigms, okay, old ways of thinking, being, and doing. Okay, you are a very transformational spirit. With that, you may have a tendency to repel people who don't want to be seen, or don't want to face their true nature, or don't want to face their shadow. Okay, know that there is nothing wrong with you, okay, and that just you as a transformational spirit are here to show people their darkness and show people their shadow. And with that, people may resent you, okay? But know that there is nothing wrong with you. You may get your flowers later, meaning people come back and be like, hey, something you told me about myself really changed the way I thought about this. And I thank you, and my life has been changed forever, and I just want to let you know that you might get that 4 years later, okay? You never know. Your key is to be honest with yourself, honest with your intention, and know that whatever you put out, you will get back. Okay, so if you use your powers for good, you will get good back. If you use your powers for negative manipulation and just self-serving and getting what you want out of people, you will have to live that life. Okay, you will have to come back and live that life, because this is also the house of karma. So whatever you experience from the 8th house, these are experiences that you have earned. Okay, so if you have an 8th house sun and you have positive experiences in terms of transformation and people wanting to spoil you and give you the things you want, okay, you've probably earned this from past lifetimes. If you have your sun in the 8th house and you have experiences where people only want to take from you, and you always get cheated or scammed, or you're in a lot of debt, okay, this is an attribute to your karma, okay, and what you're here to balance. So the way to balance karma is always by being of service and using your gifts to be of service. Okay, so just keep that in mind with your sun in the 8th house, okay, because you deal with very dark things, and you are learning how to be an alchemist and turn the darkness into light, okay, to be used for transformation, growth, and deeper understanding. Okay, so that concludes this video for the sun in the 8th house. If you have your sun in the 8th house and would love to share your experiences down below, if anything I said resonated with you or didn't resonate with you, share that as well, because I'm always open to learning. And it really helps me as an astrologist to be able to compare experiences and log experiences. Okay, so be sure to share those in the comment section below, as well as if you want a reading from me, check out the description box to find my link. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.